let's face it, if you are on an Xbox platform, you are eating good this year. For one, we have PlayStation games dropping on our platform, Stealth dropping on our platform, and we are getting it at half the price, the definitive year version. In addition to that, we have one of the biggest games this year. You're watching it right now on the screen. Yes, Indiana Jones. Indy is back, and guess what? He's looking better than ever. This game is looking gorgeous, it's looking beautiful, it's looking elegant. But we'll talk more about Indiana Jones as we go on. But we are not done yet for the year, because the best flying simulator in the world, which is Flight Simulator 2024, that is coming very, very soon. And according to the critics, this flight simulator is 10 times better than the 2023 versions. We're talking about more aircrafts. We are talking about, you're able to have different modes, taking pictures and so forth. This is just an all-around good flying simulator game. Not only Flight Simulator you'll also be seeing a game that was produced in hardship, a game that is looking better than a lot of games this year, and that is Stalker 2. Yes, Stalker 2 will soon be available for the Xbox platform, exclusive at least for a time. So far we are looking really, really good this year. In the meantime, after spending close to $800 for a PlayStation 5 Pro, one user right now is feeling sick. Yes, this guy is feeling worse than if it is he had the runs. Yes, the runs, guys.
It's green again.
Yes, you are seeing right, the PlayStation 5 Pro is not turning on. And a matter of fact, it has switched to the green side. Well, what I'm going to tell you, ponies, you guys should have taken off insurance with Nationwide.
Definitely.
In the meantime, everyone is marveling at Mark Cerny's design of the PlayStation 5 Pro. Look at this Spanish influencer talk about, Mark Cerny masterful design. Look at this.
Pezinho, vocês podem ver, adicione os pezinhos. Vamos deitar esse aparelho, vocês verem o que acontece? Ai, meu pai. Então, pessoal, se vocês colocarem em drive, os pezinhos não servem. Olha isso, que coisa ridícula. O pezinho não alcança. Legal, então se você usar drive, você terá que comprar a base.
Wow, what a masterful design there by Mark Cerny. Mark Sony didn't take into consideration that after you install the disk drive, that the two toothpicks that he would have put in the PlayStation 5 Pro box would not be able to touch the surface. Wow, such masterful design. Today, however, we are going to talk about change. Yes, there is a change that is happening right now in the PlayStation community, and I don't believe these ponies could handle this change, but they have to accept it. A change is coming, and these guys are going to go crazy, guaranteed. So you know what? Let's talk about it.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. Before we continue, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for the best Xbox content you could get on this app. Now, we give you, Xbox news, Xbox reviews, and also the Sony Pony Sold. So if it is this type of content interests you, please consider subscribing. Now, let's get back to the video. First up, let's talk about Valve. We know that they would have made the Steam Deck, and we know that there are the Steam Deck OG, there is the Steam Deck OLED. Well, now there's a new color variant to the Steam Deck, and it's the white version. Now, this version does look clean, it looks fresh. Let me hear what you think about this. Now, this console would be released on November the 18th. and it will cost $649.99. Now, this is very similar to what Nintendo have been doing for years, which is bringing a new, version of their console. But this one looks really, really good. Let me know what you think about the new Steam Deck. Is it that you're going to get it? Let me know in the comment sections below. Look at these pictures. It does look good. Okay, let me know. Next up, let's talk about Indiana Jones. We know that Indiana Jones currently is a timed exclusive for the Xbox platform. And when this game was announced, a lot of persons were saying this is a bad choice that Microsoft made to, take this IP and make a game from it. It's a wrong choice for this game to be third person. They had a number of different pushback with this game. But let me just say that this game is looking good. It's looking like it's going to be a lot of fun. It's looking like it has, good writing and good acting. But don't take it from me. Take it even from other critics. Listen to this article.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle looks set to end 2024 with a bang. Here's why we're excited about Machina Games' long-awaited return to the limelight. Though 2024 wasn't quite as stacked of a year as 2023 was, there have nonetheless been plenty of major and excellent new releases throughout the year, and arguably one of the biggest ones is still ahead of us. Right before the year comes to a close, Machine Games, Bethesda, and Microsoft will finally be delivering Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and it would by no means be an exaggeration to call it one of 2024's most prominent releases. From the IP name that it carries to the studio that is making the game to how promising the game itself has looked, there's plenty of reasons for that. Let's start with the fact that this is Machina Games' first release in 7 years, or first major release, at least. Sure, we got Wolfenstein Youngblood in 2019, but A, that was a standalone entry rather than a mainline sequel, B, it was co-developed by Arcane Leon, and C, well, it wasn't very good, so, let's not talk about it, maybe. You'd have to go back to Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus in 2017 for Machina Games' last flagship release, so naturally, fans of the studio's work are excited to finally be getting a new flagship release from the team again. We obviously cannot ignore the fact that many had hoped we'd be getting Wolfenstein 3, but that's a different conversation. The crux of the matter is that Machine Games is finally ready to release another major game. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, however, is looking like it may just end up helping Xbox end 2024 on a strong note as far as exclusives are concerned, especially when paired with something like Stalker 2, which is also launching imminently. Of course, none of this would mean much if the game itself wasn't taking promising shape, though thankfully enough, there is plenty that Bethesda has shown of the indie games so far, and it's fair to say that things are looking good. For Indiana Jones fans in particular, The Great Circle may just end up being the classic globe-trotting follow-up to the original movies that Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and Dial of Destiny failed to be. Of course, Harrison Ford himself isn't starring in the game, so you wouldn't be blamed for being skeptical about how much like indie it is really even going to feel. The thing is, however, that based on all that we have seen of the game and based on what hands-on impressions have suggested, prolific actor Troy Baker seems to be doing a great job of emulating Ford's performance as the wisecracking archaeologist in the game. From the one-liners and the mannerisms to the game's general tone and sense of humor, it feels like it is going to be that authentic indie adventure that many have been craving for so long. Bethesda bigwig Todd Howard, who also happens to be a lifelong Indiana Jones fan, is behind the Great Circle's story and has also served as its executive producer, so there's definitely so big name star power attached to the game, and all of it seems to be single-mindedly focused on making it as true to the spirit of the IP as possible, which is definitely good news for fans.
So there you have it. There's a lot of devs and a lot of people very excited for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Now, one thing I would say is that, some persons are criticizing that Indiana Jones is in third person. And the only thing that comes to mind is that this is the same way they would have criticized Metroid when Metroid went third person in Metroid Prime trilogy or in Metroid Prime. And look how that game turned out. That game is a cult classic, and there's a lot of Metroid fans who love Metroid Prime being in third person. So I believe this game looks great. This game no doubt will be a lot of fun. in third person, you really feel like you are Indiana Jones when you are playing this game. But let me hear what you think about Indiana Jones. Are you going to download it for Game Pass? Are you going to purchase it? Let me know what you are doing. Next up, let's talk about how things have changed in Sony. Things are really changing in Sony. I mean, back in the day, I remember persons used to be saying that Sony is the best place, the best platform because, they have some good games. They have games that are of high quality. Sony don't play with the quality of their games. Well, this generation has proven that to be false, because not only did Sony invest in some flops, but they invest in the biggest flop of the generation, which is Concord. So Sony saw Foam Stars, they invested in Foam Stars, that flopped. Sony saw Forspoken, they invested in that flopped. And now we are looking like we are going to see another flop, because when it comes to the reviews of one of the games that they would have invested time in and effort, which is Lago Horizon, currently that is looking like one of the biggest flops again for the year, because Lago Horizon only has a 66 on Metacritic. And a matter of fact, some reviewers are saying it's too short. This game could be between 6 and 8 hours to play. Wow, isn't that amazing? And this game is at full price. So it's looking like the Nintendo community will have to bail out this game, because we know that caters to that community, those players. So it's looking like they are going to bail out this game as well. But it really just goes to show how Sony has dropped the ball when it comes to, a lot of dear games, a lot of dear games that they are producing. This goes to show that, something is wrong. Like Sony no longer has the eye for a good game. I mean, Concord was one of the biggest flops in any generation. How did Sony not see this was going to be a flop? I mean, you have to admit that Sony has been doing some questionable things of recent. We know that the gaming industry is changing. We know that Microsoft is trying some things that would ensure that they continue with the Xbox platform. The only thing is that Microsoft is not being, coy about it. They are outright telling us here what there are some games going to go to other platforms, and there are some games that we are going to keep on the Xbox platform. Regardless of what Microsoft does, the Xbox gamers always win, because we will have it day one on Game Pass. Game Pass really changed the game for the gaming community, and we know, don't matter what happens, Game Pass players and Game Pass owners will be eating good. So let me hear what you thought about everything that was said today. Let me know what you think about this game looking like it's going to be a flop again, which is Lago Horizon. Let me know what you think about it in the comment sections below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.